Welcome to Business Connection. I'm Liz Spencer. We have a very interesting guest in studio today. We have Charlie Canale. He's the building owner, and we have Sandy Lopez, who's the owner and manager of the Naperville Salt Cave. That's outstanding. I think Naperville should have a salt cave. So thanks.
I agree.
So thanks for helping us out with that. Charlie, tell me a little bit about what is a salt cave.
All right. We've had a salt cave there for 7 or 8 years at our location, and recently I've decided to upgrade the existing cave with just tons of additional salt equipment, sensors, whatever's required to form a cave. By definition, what a salt cave is, it's a soundproof space which has Himalayan salt on the walls, and I'm talking nice big chunks of salt. There's granular material on the floor, and this Himalayan salt from the Himalayan mountains has these ions that generate, and they've been there for hundreds of years. And to supplement that, I put in equipment that controls temperature, humidity, the densification of the micronized particles that this generator puts in, and it must be supplemented with fresh air. People don't understand the importance of fresh air. It's your lifeblood. So now I have all this equipment installed and all the salt. You have to make sure that when you start these generators up, the room has to be under a constant negative pressure. So you get a diffusion of these micronized particles throughout the whole space that you're breathing in for your respiration system, and they're going into the pores of your skin and everything. Now, once you're in this soundproof room, this environment, I got fiber optics on the ceiling with 1,800 points of light, 75,000 feet of cable, wall sconces with 600 points of light that I've changed to make them on a dimmable illuminator, which I can increase intensity of that. We put a fireplace in there, and we have salt lamps.
That's cool. Now, Sandy, tell me a little bit. Charlie gave us the technical aspect of it, which is, but is there one cave when I walk in there? Where do I go? Tell me a little bit.
It's one large room. It fits 10 people comfortably in zero-gravity chairs.
Okay.
And you just come in, lay back, and relax. You wear any clothing you want. The only thing you have to do is take your shoes off and wear white socks. But other than that, you just come in and lay back and just relax.
So how do I feel? So I'm relaxing, but how do I feel in this cave? And then more importantly, what do I feel like when I'm done, when I leave?
The problem with everybody today is that one question, I don't have time. Mm-hmm. Okay, you don't have 1 hour in your busy schedule, and everybody's stressed out. Mm-hmm. And people come in and talk to me, and I always say, I'm glad you didn't have time. How long were you here? The last person was in there 2 hours. So now I make them come in the cave for my meetings. But what you'll feel is you're going to feel we call relaxed. Forget the stress. Forget the cell phones. I mean, it's like you won't hear any sounds except you'll hear the music when it comes on, subliminal messages, the ocean, whatever. Mm-hmm. And that's how it's designed. So you're supposed to feel rejuvenated. And when you do like salt therapy, called halotherapy. I'll give you an example. I went into Einstein's this morning. I meet the old timers. Mm-hmm. I says to the doc, when they take you to the hospital, what's the first thing they do? They put that bag on you, and what is that? That's a saline solution. Sure. It's salt water. So wherever you go, there's salt. You got salt in your body. You got salt in the ocean. It's a natural cleanser. So these salt products we have, they're antibacterial, fungus, whatever. So it's a cleansing mechanism. So you're going to feel a lot better in your respiratory system. That's what it's designed for.
That's interesting. And how warm is this cave? Or not warm?
Well, I set it at 75, and the girls need a blanket, so I can set it higher if you want, but then the guys kind of complain it's too hot. So to get that balance, it's kind of tough, but it's about the mid-70s, and the humidity has to be just right around, I like it around 35% myself to 40. And you have to have a current circulation of air currents to get the right density throughout the cave. It's constant negative pressure. It's always exhausting that room. 2 to 3 air changes per session. Then at the end of that session, I purge that room My exhaust fan goes in super speed, and I cleanse the whole thing in like 6 minutes.
Wow.
So if anyone was coughing in there or whatever, and I bring in all this fresh air, and then we start over again.
Wow. So, Sandy, does a person schedule an hour and then join the group, or does groups book out the whole cave? How does that work?
Either way, most of it is you just book up an hour, the hour that you want, and you'll be in there with 9 other people. If you want to book the whole room for a whole group, you can do that also.
And who comes? Who's seeking this? All ages, both genders, all races, everybody?
Everybody. I had a call today. The girl said she was going to cancel at 2:30. Why? I got symptoms of the flu. Well, then you shouldn't cancel. You come on in. Now, when she comes in, I'm going to interview her in the cave. And I guarantee you, after an hour or two in the cave, she's going to feel a lot better. So it's the opposite of what people think. If you got symptoms of the flu or you're feeling depressed or stressed out, because people do not know how to relax.
Oh, I agree. We don't know how to relax. And I think it's interesting that it's soundproof, because you are located up on Ogden at a pretty busy intersection. Tell me where you're located.
We're right on Ogden Avenue between Napier Boulevard and Naperville Road, next to Starbucks. I wasn't going to build this cave 7, 8 years ago. I'm like everybody else. I'm skeptical. I went, salt? You got to be kidding me. Remember, salt's bad for you? You're not supposed to take salt? Yeah, you take that salt on the table, it's processed, they bleach it. It's not really salt. We use Himalayan salt when we put it on our food. When I talked to a couple guys around the country, I asked the guy in Virginia, I says, I understand you have a salt cave, sir. He says, yeah, let me tell you my story real quick. He was a painting contractor, never used a respirator. He was inhaling lacquers and thinners and paint products. His doctor told him, sell your company or you're going to be serious problems because your lungs are in bad shape. So he sold his company. He said he was 41 years old. He went to Poland. He's Polish. Every day for 3 weeks, he went 300 meters underground into a salt mine. Stayed there a few hours a day. When he came back to this country 3 weeks later, he went to his doctor, and his doctor said, what happened to you? He goes, why? He goes, you're fine. I go, are you kidding me? Charlie, I'm building my second cave. I've talked to many people like that, and I'm more into like natural products than I am in processed or whatever.
And quickly, Charlie, as we're wrapping up here, what are your future plans for this cave?
What we're trying to do is, since we call it a wellness center, we're not looking for a spa. We want people like Reiki to do energy healing. We've got a girl, she's going to come in, Sandra, and do yoga in the salt cave. They have different functions in the cave with the bowls. And I'm not really up on this stuff, what all the women do, but I'm more into the benefits of it and how you feel. It's like I was telling you down in Florida, there's a place called Hippocrates, 34 acres. No chemicals whatsoever. People from all over the world come. I've been over there twice to talk to them. When you walk in there, they say the 2 worst things you can put in your body, the 2 worst things are sugar and sugar. So no sugar whatsoever, no pills.
Well, we're not going to find any sugar at the salt cave.
Right.
But I appreciate you stopping by and telling us more about it. I'm going to encourage everybody to stop by and try it out for themselves. I think this is something you need to see. So,
correct.
Thanks for getting it all new and improved and keeping it in Naperville. We appreciate that. Something new and unique. So thank you. We're going to be right back with more Business Connections. Stay tuned.